Wolves now winless in 5 Premier League games. They genuinely could be the first team to get 0 points at this rate. It is just dire, absolutely dire, and especially being at home to Leeds, that is a real cause for concern for me personally. Now, I said on social media throughout the week, really, that I'd think it's going to be a pretty comfortable 1 or 2-0 win. Just, not that much threat from Leeds. Wolves just sit in and, get a goal on the break or whatever it might be. They'll go and score. But ultimately, wow. Going 1-0 up, a brilliant start. I have to say the move is lovely. The run from Krejci is sublime. It really is. A really clever run for me, especially from midfield as well. And I think Tolu's touch in the build-up is brilliant. The little layoff. Then the ball from Fer Lopez, a player that you guys know I have been absolutely raving about. And just looking at it thinking, why on earth is he not starting more games for Wolverhampton Wanderers? He is simply too good to be on the bench, especially in the dire conditions that Wolves are in the sort of dire run of form that they're in. I just don't see how he hasn't been starting up to now. Obviously, ultimately, he gets hooked, which we're going to speak about the game more in depth in a minute. But in terms of his pass for the goal, brilliant. Krejci, composed in front of goal, good finish. And obviously, Wolves going 1-0 up, and you're thinking, you know what, 1-0 up in the first sort of, first half of the first half. Really, really promising. And then ultimately, wow. I mean, Anton Stack's free kick is outrageous. Calvert-Lewin's header is good. It all seemed like it was a bit in slow motion, though, to be honest. And it's far too easy to get that ball in. And to be honest, to win that ball in the air as well. I mean, Agbadou, for me, don't get me wrong, he's crucial in the build-up to the goal as well. With a lovely pass fired in. But just generally, again, I mean, I genuinely don't know what it takes for Emmanuel Agbadou to be dropped from this current Wolves side. It is a massive, massive cause for concern, especially when players like him are constantly making errors all season. And yes, it's going to end up getting to January and panic buying. I'm certain of it. And it feels like Agbadou was that. He come in and defended his box really well last season. I think he had 13 clearances in his box and looked really decent in terms of his box defending. But even that's gone. He can't defend his area. He can't defend a high line. He can't defend a deep line. He can't defend a 6'4" Calvert-Lewin or 6'3" Calvert-Lewin. He can't defend a small striker. He can't defend a pacey striker. He can't defend... God knows, I don't know what he can defend at this point, and he's a defender, which is incredible in itself. But for me, it's just, absolutely baffling. Now, we're going to break down the game and talk about the game a bit more in depth than just me speaking about my opinions, but that's my quick roundup of the game, so let's speak a bit about the actual game, the tactics, the subs, and that sort of thing as well. As you can see, this was the starting lineup. We will talk about the subs and stuff like that as well. And as you can see, I'm recording this on the 89th minute because I am that confident that nothing's going to change. Because let's be honest, nothing has changed all season. Now, in terms of the lineup, I think it was a very interesting one in the first place, to be quite honest. Because when you look at that game and you look at that team, you could have predicted the whole team, really. I mean, Agbadou, this is exactly why you don't go off SofaScore ratings, by the way. Agbadou there. He's been given a 7.2 so far, and let's be honest, dreadful. Another error leading to a goal, generally pants, so I don't know how that's working. But anyway, in terms of the actual team, very predictable. Mosquera was a bit of a surprise, especially playing in that sort of central area as well. Again, he's played there a few times now. He hasn't looked great there, if I'm being completely honest, really. Totti Gomez, again, a massive issue for me, Totti Gomez. Now, don't get me wrong, he knows the club inside out. He's a loyal player. But God, he's not good enough. And he's definitely not a leader. He is... I mean, my biggest issue with Max Kilman was the same. And Kilman was significantly better than Totti. I'm not saying he wasn't. But my issue with that, and every captain since, Ruben Neves, really, or every captain in between Cody and Neves and that sort of thing, none of the captains have been vocal enough. Ruben Neves was vocal and led by example. Totti can't lead by example because, quite frankly, he's not good enough for anyone to want to follow his example. And he's nowhere near loud enough. And Max Kilman was the exact same. Again, he wasn't particularly unbelievable, but far too quiet as a captain, and that's a massive issue for me. I think the midfield was a surprising one. I think Krejci played well there, and I think Krejci has, played well there when he's played for Wolves. Of course, he made his debut last weekend against Newcastle and looked really well there. But generally, again, for me, it's a mad decision to drop Andre. Now, Joao Gomez and Andre, for me, is one of the best midfields in the league. Now, I know that sounds absolutely ludicrous. I'm well aware. Some Wolves fans may not agree. And to be fair, after the start of the season, I can't blame you. But for me, I just don't see how him and Gomez aren't playing alongside each other. And Craig just played well today. But you mean to tell me he can't get in that back line? He would absolutely improve that back line tenfold. And we haven't actually seen him in the back line for a full 90 minutes yet, which is absolutely crazy in itself. Rodrigo Gomez, again, another one that, he's had a few big goals this season. One of the few players that actually looks like he cares somewhat, which is a bit of a mad one, considering Wolves have, got 0 points as well. Tolo Rokadare for me, again, relatively impressed with him. I think I like his movement. I like his physical presence. I like what he offers the team. I like what he offers in link-up play and build-up play. I think he offers a hell of a lot, and I really do like Tolu. And Fer Lopez for me, a massive fan. John Bellegarde for me is just, one of the most pointless starts for me again, and he seems to keep starting games this season. I'm not a massive hater of Bellegarde. I actually quite like him, but I just don't think he's anywhere near good enough, especially for a team that wants to be staying up in the league. I just don't think he's got that much quality, really. Now, if we look at the substitutions from today, it is baffling. Of course, Strand Larsen has to come on at half time for Fer Lopez, by the way, which for me is absolutely ridiculous. Again, how he's looked at Bellegarde there and not thought he's the obvious sub is beyond me. He has obviously brought him off for Menezes, which is even more baffling in itself. And, Vitor Pereira has a Menezes fetish. Let's get that right. He is absolutely obsessed with Marshall Menezes. I genuinely, I just don't see it. He's got no quality on the ball. He can't time his run. He offers no goal threat. He just gives you running. And when you're 3-1 down, do you want running? Is that what you want? Just a few runners? No quality when you want to try and unlock a defence? You just want players who can run? Sound. Yeah, I'll play for Wolves if you just want runners. Do you know what I mean? I'll happily go and start for a Premier League side by being someone who can run. It makes no difference whatsoever to the side, and definitely makes a massive difference to the actual dynamic of the team. The team looks far, far worse when Marshall Menezes is on the pitch, in my personal opinion. Jean Arias, again, another one, relatively underwhelming. He looks okay in spells, but again, he's not playing in his natural position, so yeah, baffling again. Andre eventually comes on, which, I don't know how much you can really rave about Andre in the minutes that he gets. I think he should get far more minutes, and I think he should be starting for Wolves. I think it's ludicrous that he comfortably gets in most of the Brazil squads, but cannot. Under Ancelotti, it has been a bit different, but comfortably got in the most of the Brazil squads in recent years. But he can't start for a Premier League relegation-bound side. It's insane. And then for me, Hugo Bueno should have started the game anyway. But yeah, again, it's a bit of a mad decision. Now, I've said in the week, a 3-year deal for Vitor Pereira is pointless. It is pointless. Whether you like him or not, I get you might like him. I like Vitor Pereira. Vitor Pereira likes points. He must be thinking, do you know what? I may as well just not drink for the rest of the year. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's really committed to being sober, and that's why Wolves aren't winning games. It's got to be the only explanation, because I can't see where Wolves are getting points from. I can't see where they're getting points from for him to get the points, to be quite honest. I don't think you'll be seeing him in a pub in Wolverhampton anytime soon, put it that way. Tactically, dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And I've said this for a long time, and even when Wolves were doing well last season, and I said it when they appointed Pereira, I like him as a bloke. He's a likeable character, and he speaks well in his press conferences, and the owners have let him down. They have. The owners have let him down, the chairman's let him down, pretty much everyone involved at Wolves has let him down, and including the players, by the way. And he's let himself down, and he's let the fans down, and the owners have let the fans down. Now, the chants and the boos towards the owners is absolutely justified. I completely agree, could not agree more. And this is not a Vitor Pereira hit piece by any means, it really isn't. But for you to tell me that any of his tactics this season have looked any good, I will happily debate that with you in the comments, because for me, it is predictable. As I said numerous times, it's getting boring now. The most predictable side in the league. The football, dire. The tactics, dire. The ownership, dire. The stadium, dire. The atmosphere, dire. How many dires do you want? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And Wolves I'm massively concerned for them. There needs to be a ridiculously big change. Or there needs to be a change of ownership, which, let's be honest, is only going to happen if Wolves get relegated. So maybe getting relegated is the best thing. But for me, I think it's going to be a massive, massive uphill task. 0 points after 5 games is, quite frankly, disgraceful. The performances, quite frankly, disgraceful, to be honest. And the fans, oh God, you deserve better. I really don't know how you put yourself through it. I mean, I watch it every week, and I just sit there thinking, I don't know how some of you do this, like, are actively emotionally invested in it. I think I don't even know where I would be right now if I was a Wolves fan. I just think I'd just be sitting somewhere in a quiet room every week instead of watching any of that, because it is absolutely dreadful. Now, if you did enjoy this video, I mean, I'm not sure many of you did, to be honest, but I hope you did. If you did enjoy this video, please get in the comments. Let me know what you think about the current state of Wolves, current state of the ownership, all of that jazz. Let me know what you think. And also, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.